Alright, hello to all my guys, gals, and non-binary pals out there across the electrical ocean. This is Jazzman, and we are back with the game. We have SimplySpinach playing a split between Iron Fist and Kathir Forest over here. And then we've got 12drakula playing a split between... he's playing, Full Faction Forsaken Waste Worms. And this map, honestly, I think this is like one of the better maps for Worms, just because they've got a lot of champions that wreak havoc in choke points. Stuff like the Twilight Creeper with the binding chains, and then the Chattering Maws, potential Bile Zombies, and this choke point here is probably one of the narrowest in terms of like just all the maps you could get. So Worms do really well here. Like, even if your opponent caps mid, you can sit back comfortably and just, spam cheap deploys, turtle up a bit, get your deployment zone rolling, and you can pretty much deploy right into the action. So we'll see how Dracula plays this out. He rushed mid with the Blood Fiend on his first turn, and SimplySpinach here with the double Wind Sprinter deploy. I'm liking this guy already. Wind Sprinter is one of my favorite KF runes. Back in the day when Zephyr Shield didn't used to have a stack limit, and it was just, you move three, I think it actually was 3 spaces. You move a certain number of spaces, and then just all attacks miss for 3 turns, and it was only on Wind Sprinter. And then, a Strig Gale Rider came out and just ruined all of that, and it sucked. But Wind Sprinter, still like in Full Faction Kathir Forest, where he can get 8 speed. He can do okay, but he's very matchup dependent. If your opponent has precision or something that can, like a bomb that can get around the shield, then he just goes down with no effort. But if he's in matchup like this, where like your opponent, like the Blood Fiend, can't do shit to the windshield, right? So he's gonna do okay here. He did get the Bag of Filth actually from Dracula. So he's going to take damage for, he's going to drop a Plague Trap for every few spaces he moves. And that's actually a pretty good equip to put on a Wind Sprinter, because a Wind Sprinter, of course, naturally wants to move around a lot to get Zephyr Shield stacks. And it seems like SimplySpinach has gone with the charge here instead of contesting with the Sprinter itself. He put a Stealth Relic in there of some kind. Not sure what that could be yet. I guess, here, we can see it. It's a Grimlock's Eye, because of the little notification in the sidebar. So you put a Grimlock's Eye here in the font. And of course, Grimlock's Eye has Shadow Spawn and Resist Physical 3. So we got a couple more Worms as backup. And then the second Wind Sprinter, of course, taking the font up top. He went with Portal as an upgrade, which I don't really agree with. I think Dodge. So I'm not sure which line it's on, but I think I like taking Dodge on Wind Sprinter just because it just feeds into more of what he wants to do, just dodge attacks constantly. But Mountaineer is also an option, which I really like, because on some maps you can get screwed over by like impeding snow or something, or like water that can get in the way and stop you from getting shield stacks. But there's a barricade actually from Spinach, and he's going to be blocking off this narrow choke point. So Dracula is going to have to waste a lot of HP on his Blood Fiend just taking care of that, because he can't actually kill the barricades in one hit. He needs 2. There's actually so he goes for a Soulbane to finish off the Wind Sprinter, but that doesn't really win him the font. So, because of course the Grimlock's Eye is still there, so that was a little strange, especially after he didn't even get the full effect of his Bag of Filth. The Wind Sprinter only dropped 2 Plague Traps. So I don't know. It seems like a little bit of a waste of Nora to me. But I guess if Blood Fiend left on his own, he could have probably died and then had Spinach take the font. Converging Portals. Okay, well that's just a lucky win. What can I say? Wind Sprinter teleporting into the top font. Now, it's true that Dracula could have an initiative champ to recapture that, but at this point, that was probably the best outcome for SimplySpinach, grabbing that top font. I guess going into mid would have been fine. He could have maybe grabbed the globe and killed Blood Fiend, but nabbing the top font, you can't really get better than that, especially since Dracula can't really cap mid. He's looking... Does he really not know where that eye is? He should know exactly where it is, because the Wind Sprinter could have only put it in one place. It charged from here to here, and then it got stopped by the blood fiend on this space, so it's obviously in this space right here. There's this tile that I'm pointing at. How could he not know that? Like, it's obvious, right? Unless I'm tripping out and Wind Sprinter maybe like went over here before he charged and I just didn't notice it. But yeah, you should know where it is. And then yeah, the Mind Thief Creeper with initiative getting some AP will walk into that font. Then a Blight Ring on, okay, Wind Sprinter. See, if you don't have any way to deal with Wind Sprinter, he's a real piece of work. Grimlick's Portal 2, man, SimplySpinach's deck. This looks like something I would play, like in my wildest fever dream. And but I wouldn't have the courage to actually build it and put it in ranked. So Mystic Forge coming down. What the hell is he doing? All right, he's giving an equip to the Corgi Knight. Luckily got an Axeman's Fate. I guess, what could this thing even give anymore? Heavy Crossbow, which actually got a buff. It gives like Impaling Strike now, so it was an indirect Mystic Forge buff. But it's random, so it can either give you a Heavy Crossbow, an Axeman's Fate, or a Sunder Axe. So we got the Sunder Axe, which is regen for Protectorate champs. And then I guess Grimlick's Portal. See, the Grimlick's Portal I would have definitely put in mid-font. Because Blood Fiends, of course, they're attack physical. They can't do anything to it. And then you'd need the Dust Creeper or something else down there. I think, honestly, I would have put this Grimlick's Portal in the top font and then just, you know, skedaddled with the Wind Sprinter. Because, I mean, you can't really win this font back from the Mind Thief before you die to the passive damage. So it's better you just, like, get out of there and keep the font contested with a relic. But I have Sirkin coming down for Dracula, and he's not, I mean, Worms have their late game. They can handle these early situations pretty well. Another Converging Portals from SimplySpinach, but this one was not so lucky. And what? What? Bruh, you still had a chance there. Okay, well, he surrendered, but Dracula taking that game. That was the most interesting game I've seen in quite some time. I want to see if I can get him again. I want to see more of that deck in action. I liked the look of that. SimplySpinach, I haven't gotten any games of his before on the channel, but I've seen him on the Discord a bunch, and I'm liking the cut of his jib. If he plays stuff like this all the time, we are gonna be buddies. So we got some other games going on, but who really cares about them? We'll wait and see if. I guess I could queue myself and try and snipe him, but that's kind of mean. I feel like a deck like that is a lot better if you can, if your opponent doesn't know what tricks you have up your sleeve. Sort of like egg bombs in a way. I do enjoy me some egg bombage, so I know what it's like playing a gimmicky strategy like that. See, he's still in queue, right? I can't even see. Whatever. I'd have to type something. I could just get into this game. Maybe I'll just do. Maybe I'll wait a little bit longer and put a timestamp over the video, so that you guys can skip through this boring interlude. Thanga. I think Thanga is an old name, and then I think isn't KF main an Eth alt? I feel like it might be. I've seen, because he had his main account banned from the game and from the Discord. If any of you haven't been keeping up with the Discord drama, I don't blame you. It's a lot of nonsense, a lot of heartache, and a lot of unfortunate circumstances on all sides. But I'm not going to get into that now. I guess I could since I have time, but I don't really feel like it. We got Hermeos playing. I could just join the Hermeos game, because it doesn't look like SimplySpinach is going to queue again. Nah, fuck it. We'll join the Hermeos game. Sure, why not? We'll see what Hermeos is up to today. Versus Shazam 98. So Shazam is over here with the ISFS split. Then Hermeos is playing FSUD. Well, this might be another short game. Hermeos has got, Mind Shredder, Boghopper Elite down there versus Shazam's Construct something, I guess. It's got Torton Grenadier and the Mine Layer. So I guess this is Torton Constructs. No idea what kind of synergy they would have. Maybe like knockback stuff? I mean, Grenadier has explosive attack. And wow, okay, so maybe it might actually be knockback, because Fault Breaker has Tectonic Pulse now. So there's the leap to battle for Gale Singer. And man, I was kind of expecting a Wave Crusher, but nope, it's going to be Gale Singer for the on-deployed battle here now. And that Fault Breaker, I mean, he's got Fractured Lands, so maybe like the Portal Walker here can't get a double hit, notably. So, and even if he did, he was actually 1 damage short of the kill. So I guess actually the swap, like I guess there was no way to do it otherwise, but the swap swapped out from the Fire Aura range. But then down here, yeah, Mind Layer is still, you know, he's alive. He survived the stun. The Boghopper Elite does not have block. He has dodge. So maybe we can see like a wacky knockback into landmine somehow. And Flame Breath Ballista. I've not seen this rune in play in a very long time. He's got knockback stuff. But honestly, Dwarven Mortar Crew just completely outshines him. Mortar Crew also has Slam from long range. I mean, the unique ability is kind of bad, since you need to... Well, first of all, you need to stay still when you're using it, right? It also costs 2 AP per usage, so you can't get as much out of it as like a Sentinel champ would be. Like, why don't you just run Megalith, right? So, I mean, there's synergy with, you know, you could take Slam and Precision and whatever, but generally not really worth trying to play around the gimmick. So, the Portal Walker goes down to Mr. Fault Breaker and the Grenadier up here. Dwarven Tinkerer notably has not summoned any crabs yet, or at least if she did, they are dead by now. And Fault Breaker still holding strong. Resist Physical not too useful here into the double alt damage champs. Honestly, I would expect this Fault Breaker to be dead next turn in some way. I think Hermeos is going to figure out a way to kill it. He's got Chosen with Aura, and then a hit from Gale Singer, plus spells or whatever else. Down here, though, it's not looking too good for Shazam. That Gale Singer will not live another turn unless it... Okay, it can turtle, so yeah. It'll live 1 more turn, at least. It should have a landmine available, right? Because there's no way, like, you deploy it here and then drop a mine immediately. You want to save the mine for when you get to the font. Okay, well, he is running Dwarven Mortar Crew as well. Should have figured, I guess, since it is the Slam variant of this deck. So there's the hit on Fault Breaker, and yeah, Gale Singer is going to do another 8, and plus Aura is another 4. So yeah, Hermeos just needs... there's the IS Spell Resistance bonus to account for, though. So Maddening Echoes wouldn't do it. He'd need like... I don't know, he'd need like a Superiority or something. But this doesn't seem like the kind of split where you'd run Superiority. It's just not... it's too risky to run in a split where all of your champions are different races. But Boghopper Shaman here coming in for the heal, and the Mind Shredder seems like it's just going to sit in front of that Ballista. I mean, there's the Tremor, so maybe that wasn't such a great play. But, Elite here going to get the knockback, and probably a Boulder Trap here, right, so that the Elite just walks into it. But yeah, I think if the Elite doesn't die this turn, then Hermeos will be in a pretty good position. He's gonna win bot, and then up top, once he deals with this Fault Breaker, he'll be fine. I mean, Mortar Crew can sit back and strike, I guess. But Hermeos can stall with the Turtle, can stall with the Shaman, with the healing and all. So we'll see what he has up his sleeve. Notably, the Ballista's attacks will get dodged. Ballista can take Precision, but of course, Slam is the upgrade of choice here. What was that resistance going on? Oh yeah, Chosen with Void Shield. Actually, if Shazam kills this Chosen here, might be in a pretty good place. Because then, like, you know, Fault Breaker would live another... Well, no, he wouldn't. He'd be a perfect kill to the Gale Singer. Honestly, it's looking like kind of an even game. I would still give the edge to Hermeos just because of this bot situation. Like, even if Shazam manages to win top, like, he's got really nothing down here, and constructs are fairly slow, so it's not like they can muster that momentum and make a push before Hermeos can regroup. So where did the Granite Bracers is here, right? Yes. Okay, so Mind Layer might live now. The ping, I mean, though, the ping, like, you can't really dodge the ping because Hermeos can just stick that Mind Shredder over here out of Ballista's range. So it'll take at least 8. Then Boghopper Elite will get one hit through the bracer. So we'll take 10, and then yeah, Ping will finish it off. So Shazam trying to keep that Mind Layer alive. Not gonna do too much. Wait, Scepter bonus. What? Bro, there's bracers on there. Did you not see that? Okay, so his Flame Burst gets dodged, and there was actually was that a flashbang that was there? There must have been a flashbang because Boghopper Elite takes damage and is blinded now. So he's actually not going to get any hits. So why did he go for that Flame Burst? I guess he was trying to knock the Mind Layer out of the Fawn? I mean, he must have seen he must have not have seen the bracers. Or maybe he thought that bracers was dodging basic attacks only. Well, anyway, there's a nice Gale that sandwiches the Tinker. But, Chosen of Osiris, Oh, he took Scale Armor. Alright, that's interesting. Usually you see these with Void Shield. I think I mentioned Void Shield earlier, and my brain just sort of derped on autopilot, thinking that he took Void Shield. But Animosity having to come down onto... the Mind Layer. Okay, so Ping is... Yeah, so Ping is going to finish it off. It just cost a little more Nora. And Ballista on its own at 31 HP definitely cannot take that font. I don't know, man. I really feel like Psychic Ping 3 just should not exist. In the same way that... I mean, like it's 73 Nora for constant 8 damage at fairly safe distance, plus you get anti-range and, with 50 HP body. You can shatter summons. It's a little efficient. I think Ping is one of those abilities that should only have 2 ranks. Even for, give Mind Shredder something else. It's a Ferk that can, do psychic stuff. There's got to be other abilities that you can give it as compensation if needed, which I don't think you really need to compensate it. I think just a small cost decrease should be fine. I mean, yeah, I think if anything in this deck would need to get nerfed, it would be the Pinger. But the Aura coming in on the Crabs to finish off the Chosen here. And I guess Mortar Crew decided to set up a strike near the front of this font. I'm assuming that Shazam doesn't really care if he hits his own crabs, but I still feel like keeping them alive and having Hermios waste his AP killing it would be a better option than just, overlaying your strike. But it looks like he probably put the strike right here to intercept Hermios' champions. But Hammer Strike finishing off the Elite, although I would still think that Pinger takes this 1v1. If nothing else, just due to paralytic feedback. Oh yeah, but the Ballast... Okay, well, never mind. The Ballast is unstoppable. But, yeah, even that on its own. Psychic Conundrum. Alright, so 12 damage down, plus a Distract. Ballista, and an Echoes too. Is that really going... Okay, so yeah, Hermios definitely takes that font. It cost a lot of Spell Nora. And he is kind of losing top for it, but again, if he takes bot, he gets both these globes to reimburse him somewhat. He should still be in a decent position. Watch Hermios just end up losing this game after I was hyping up his position this entire time. I don't know. It seems like Galesinger, yeah, can stall with Turtle, wait out the strike, and then I haven't seen all of Hermios' deck yet. Assuming this is the one that's been terrorizing the ladder. But well, it looks like Shazam doesn't really care about his crabs as I expected. I would have thought he could have positioned the strike here, right? And instead of right up front where it would hit his own crabs, but guess it's not as important to him. And those things are very important. Don't let the disposability of summons fool you. You gotta value all of your champions, whether they're real or not. They're still real to somebody, goddammit. But Poison Elemental, trying to reclaim Shazam's losing position bot. I mean, this thing has always seemed really expensive to me for some reason. I think Poison Cloud was a casualty of the abilities revamp way back in the old days of 2016 or whatever, when Sock first took over. Because Poison Cloud used to deal 6 damage per space that the champion moved through it, but now it only does 3, and 6 on cast. But it never had its cost adjusted accordingly after the nerf, so the ability wound up being more expensive than it needed to be. And then I also think deflect is worth a little too much. I think I really miss the proposed ability cost revamp that never came to be after Rorschach's departure. But hopefully we can clean that up a little bit in the future. So ahead of Asarius. Oh, there's ahead of Asarius. Did I miss? Who's ahead of Asarius? Yeah, that's when did Hermeos put this down? I guess there was a stealthed one at some point that's been out here for 6 turns that I just missed. So there's yeah, because this one is a summon, so there's got to be like a real one in the font or someplace. But Hermeos still trying to manage this. I mean, he's gonna have the Nora for deploys and stuff now that he has the bottom font and the globes. I wonder if he has any fire eaters in this deck that he could just walk over the lava, or like a flying champ. But this is a pretty decent map for Mortar Crew otherwise. Because if you don't have any way to harass over from over the lava, like a succubus or something, then Mortar Crew just strikes at mid font from all the way back here, and you can't really do anything about it. I think Mortar Crew in general deserves a little bit more play than it is getting at the moment. I think Strike is very undervalued on a lot of, like, after the maps got reverted towards basically mid font maps all the time. And he's a lot better value on those maps. Like, imagine like Snarling Tangle with Mortar Crew on it. And you just stick him at the shrine, and you can't do anything about him all game because the map is so narrow. Grove of Ashes is the same way. But the Torton on Torton action here, knocking the Gale Singer out of the font, and I guess another slam. I wonder if he should be using his Tinkerer here, right? Because you could have dropped a barricade behind the Gale Singer and then gotten some bonus knockback damage. And then if you positioned your crew properly, you could instead of knocking the Gale Singer this way, you could have again knocked it into the barricade backwards, and you would have gotten a kill there. But I don't know. I guess Shazam. Like, if you're gonna run a knockback deck, you really have to be wary of, like, be very aware of where your position is, like your positioning on the knockback is going. Like, it's harder with the 2x2, but there's guides for that. Like, you can look up on the Discord, like knockback and movement guides if you need the assistance. But it looks like Grenadier here is going to go down, and is he going to get swarmed? It's going to take 6 here. Timmy alone doesn't have the damage. He's 1 space off a double tap, but Gale Singer can help clean it up. So there's the 8. Then Timmy for the corpse. And yeah, leap to battle. I'm kind of glad that leap to battle is getting more play after being, rotting in the shoebox for 20 odd years, but maybe not this much playable. I think it needs at least +5 Nora if you're going to be using it for stuff like this, because you can do, like, it's basically a better version of lead the charge, and that ability is quite strong. So Hermeos actually leveraging the Death Nova on Shazam's own champion to damage the Mortar Crew as well. Maybe soften it up for a kill on the next turn. Down bot, Hermeos still in control. He didn't actually deploy at bot, unless I missed something. Yeah, he just sent Timmy top. I guess he maybe has a poison trap down here or something, but otherwise I would probably fancy Shazam's odds down here better than Pinger's. But of course, spells. There might be a bubble of protection coming down that Shazam can't do anything about. There might be, like, I don't know, a retribution even if the poison elemental doesn't end up making it to the font somehow. But, there's the knockback from Crew here, and he's still not going for. Okay, well, it looks like Shazam ended up DCing because he realized he's losing both bot and top at this point. So 2 corpses, yeah, the Boghopper zombie from Timmy's summon, and then the normal one from the swarm. Yeah, now we're just gonna get overwhelmed by meat. So Hermeos' current deck very strong. I know there's been talk about it, but I haven't actually, like I said, I haven't seen all of it. Yeah, just snippets from what I've seen in games. I guess if Shazam doesn't come back, then I'll probably just end the video here, because I don't really see him coming back in this situation now that the Timmy meat is down. So I'll probably just end the video here. He rage quit out of this one. So I guess well played to all involved in this one, and we'll see everyone in the next video.